like to begin by telling you a little story. A story that taught Lachy and I the true meaning of what it meant to be a part of Yarra.
This story is one of passion, of mateship, and of brotherhood. A brotherhood that I only found when I first became a member of Yarra.
This story begins with the new kid on the block, the new year 10 who thinks he can swim.
This is a story of my first day at Melbourne High School, my first day in the brotherhood of Yarra. After first feeling like I needed a visa just to get in, I quickly realised not many people here have one anyway. It was my very first lesson. It was my very first lesson, and I was lucky enough to be taught genetics by science extraordinaire, Cadet King, Mr. Hewson. I learned one thing all year, boys. Let me now tell you that one thing, and that is that we are all genetically predisposed to have our own strengths and weaknesses. You may be the kid who's destined for a 50 in spec.
Or maybe you're amongst those who are going to fail further. Maybe you're that one kid who actually looks forward to a big test.
Or you could be the kid who skips Wednesday sport to go play Dota at MC Land.
But the thing is, there are no two individuals in this room that are identical. No one is perfect, but no one is weak either. And when we fuse all our genetic gifts, all our inherited flaws, when we merge 350 passionate individuals of Yarra together, we create something special. Something far stronger, something far tougher, and something far more hungry for success than any other house or any other individual could ever dream to be. Look, you may not be born with the loudest voice. You may not be born with the strongest legs. Or maybe you're someone who thinks that a periodic table is what happens to a girl every month.
Or you may have never met a girl. But what Bernie and I learned from this story is that Yarra is the embodiment of something special. Yarra is the result of 350 imperfections. One united sea of red that strives for perfection.
And as individuals, we may falter, we may fall, and we may fail. But together, in this house, in this fraternity, in this brotherhood, and in this family, we do have the loudest voice. And together, we do have the strongest legs.
And together, we slay as one at the social. We chase the sweet young virgins of McRock as a hungry mob. And we take each other's sloppy seconds like there was no tomorrow. What Bernie and I learnt from this story is that Yarra is the result of 350 men who not only accept but thrive off each other's individual strengths and flaws.
And that was how this story began. The next chapter of our story begins today. You're all gathered here right now, each and every one of you, to write your own history. When the hell is this house going to be where it belongs? When the hell is this house going to taste the success that it has rightfully earned? These are questions that have come across all your minds at one stage or another, and it's a question that we desperately want the answer to. The choices that each and every one of you make today will determine the nature of the answer you give us.
Gentlemen, Bernie and I stand here and ask each and every one of you today, what the hell is history?
History is the lives of the men who came before us.
History is the legacy you leave for the men who will come after you.
History is a way for us to remember what we've never experienced, and it's the memory we leave of what we have experienced. Blood represents effort, and the blood that we shed this year in our battle for the Cockhouse Cup will become the ink on the pages of that book.
And as we write our history, in our blood, in our sweat, in our tears, this is the man who will be writing alongside with you. Last year's SRC executive once led his Essex Heights house to victory. This is the man who will be shedding his blood, sweat and tears alongside each and every one of you every step of the way to help put the ink on the page.
Meanwhile, all Lachy does is copy and paste the Wikipedia, changing all the hyperlinks so that what he writes in his story isn't technically plagiarism. You won't be alone. Xavier College's middle school captain and current captain of Swimming Australia's youth squad. Gentlemen, you're in safe hands. Let us now take a moment to revisit the chapter that has just been read and that has just been written.
Last year, when Ray first addressed us boys, he spoke in terms of our red, unassuming, bananas. All throughout the year, we worked our bananas until they were raw and bloody. All throughout the year, we couldn't quite get it up. All throughout the year, there were doubts as to if we were even putting it in. All throughout the year, we were just that little bit short.
All throughout the year, Forrest left us feeling a little bit blue.
Boys, let this be a constant reminder to the feeling of defeat. Remember the salty taste of failure.
But this year, we have the opportunity to make our chapter better than the last.
We have the opportunity to come together, to rid each other of the glue, to watch the friggin' stink from our mouths, and to finish it off, to finish each other off once and for all.
We can't lose sight of reality though. That's not the point of it. Next year, it's not going to be easy. There are no shortcuts, no easy guarantees. But we cannot have success without giving it a shot. So next year, 365 days from now, let's give it our all. Don't you dare stay on all fours because you're scared of moving on 2 feet. Who's heard of Michael Jordan here? Let me tell you a little something about him that most of you won't know. He got cut from his high school basketball team. He trained for a year, then another and another. He never stopped trying, he never stopped, and we will never stop because, gentlemen, our current circumstances are a part of our future redemption story.
Michael Jordan went on to become one of the greatest athletes in history. And he said, I can accept failure. Everyone fails at something, but I can't accept not trying. And like Jordan, we will use our defeats to drive us. We will use our lows to help us reach higher heights. And if that wasn't enough inspiration, look at me. It took me countless attentions. It took me trial and error before I finally figured out how to circumnavigate this school's attendance policies.
Boys, our time in front of you is almost up. So we ask you, how much blood are you prepared to shed for the ink that writes our chapter in history?
Because, gentlemen, our will to prepare has to be greater than our will to win.
Success is a journey, gentlemen. It is not a destination. Lachy and I, we propose an offer. Take this journey with us. Show passion. Go! Show guts! First, hunger, desire, show pure heart. Come on! When we do that, gentlemen, we will arrive at our destination as one. We will arrive as the Yarra. We suggest that you take it, that you grasp it, because this journey begins with you voting for the right man to lead you.
Gentlemen, you will tell this story.
Gentlemen, we will decide how this chapter ends.
Next boy. I'm not looking for another that power.